All right, some big news here. Israeli Ministry of Justice has published a list of prisoners to be released as part of the expected deal with Hamas. The list includes those to be released if the deal expands. At the moment, it's not clear who are going to be released exactly as part of the initial deal. Israel publishes now a list of those hostages of prisoners. In fact, now we know that even Israel, in exchange, is releasing a bunch of Palestinian prisoners who were imprisoned over the years in exchange for 50 hostages and a temporary ceasefire. As we see, this is Israel visuals coming in. Israel preparing a list of prisoners to be released as the deal expands. The deal itself has gone through for a temporary ceasefire and an exchange of 50 Israeli hostages in exchange of 150 Palestinian prisoners. Hamas has struck a deal and the mediator has been Qatar. And through Qatar, a deal has been established that Israel will release about 150 Palestinian prisoners in exchange for 50 hostages who Hamas has taken into their captivity. Geeta Mohan joining us on the phone line for more on that. Geeta, give us some more details on the visual that's coming in of Israel administration there putting out a list of Palestinian prisoners that they want to release in exchange of 50 hostages.
Well, the release of prisoners or names that have been put out are varied in age. They go from 37, 40-year-olds to a 14-year-old. So a very important list where we are looking at 4-day hiatus to the violence that we've seen between Hamas and Israel in Gaza Strip, and that would technically mean 10 hostages per day for the temporary pause in violence. And in return, we're looking at a list of names that have been put out where the Palestinian side has sought release of women and children in their custody, primarily those who are underage and women who were taken into Israeli custody. So it is a swap in many ways than one. The numbers vary because the number of prisoners in Israeli prisons is quite high. So we're looking at a higher number of release of Palestinian prisoners, which is a part of the demand. And Qatar already put out a statement, including the Israeli administration and Hamas, where they have listed out what the criterion is going to be for the release. And it does seem like the things are now falling in place for a temporary ceasefire, hoping only that it holds up and that they have they certainly move forward on the swap. How is it going to happen? What are the details of the swap and or the exchange or the release is something we'll have to wait and see. Awaiting details and statements coming from the Israeli side primarily.
All right, Geeta, thank you very much for joining us on that.